Hello and welcome to Easy IELTS, and today we'll look at lesson number 10. We continue the mid chart, and the topic for today is the graph and table below give information about water use worldwide and water consumption in two different countries, in Brazil and Congo. Again, before we start, I'm going to remind you the structure that we use. For introduction, 1 sentence, overview, 2 sentences, detailed paragraph 1 and detailed paragraph 2, 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, now we start to write our introduction. For the introduction, all you have to do is just paraphrase the topic that you have the introduction. For example, the graphs and the table, you can say chart, give information, you can say compares, what to use, the amount what to use, worldwide, you can say around the world, water consumption, what to use. Okay, so we got the introduction. The chart compare the amount water use for agriculture, industry, and home around the world, and water use in Brazil and Congo. Okay, so this is the introduction. So now we go into write the overview. Again, for overview, sentence number 1, we're talking about the first draft. Second number 2, we're talking about the second draft. Okay, look at the first draft. You can see, if you look at the trend, you can see water use for agriculture, industry, and the months use, they always go up, so you can say increase from this year to this year. And now you can see water use for agriculture was higher. So that is our sentence number 1. Sentence number 2, you look at the tables here. Brazil population, integrated plan, water consumption. Because this topic is talking about water consumption, so we use this column right here. You can see the number is Brazil much higher than Congo. You can see that. Okay, so this is the overview. Overall, global water consumption rose significantly between around 1900 to 2000. And agriculture accounted for the largest proportion of water use. And continue, it is also noticeable that water consumption were considerably higher in Brazil than in Congo. So this is the overall overview. Now we move to the outline of body 1, body 2, and again body 1 we're talking about the first chart, the line. Body 2, we talk about second chart, the table. Okay. Because this is the line chart, so we can start with the first year. So in 1900, agriculture around 500, industrial and domestic use around 100, and so you can see that they are about 1/3 of agriculture, okay, when we compare the number. So in the years 2000, agriculture 3,000, industrial and 1,500, and domestic use 5,000. Okay, just list out the numbers so that you can use to write the detailed body. So body 2, you look at the population. Brazil this, Congo this, land Brazil's. Okay, you can see Brazil is about 255 times bigger than Congo's. For water consumption per person, Brazil much higher, and then Congo only this number to this number. So this is the outline body 1, body 2. So now we go into to transfer the outline into a paragraph. Okay. In 1900, around 500 of water used by agriculture sector worldwide. The figure for industrial and domestic water consumption were around 1/5 of that amount. From this year to this year, water use for agriculture increased to around 3,000. Industrial water rose to nearly 1,500, and domestic water use consumption reached approximately 500. Okay, so we look at this number, and then we have the body 1. Okay, now we move on to the body 2. And begin with, you say in the year 2000, we talk about population first. The population of Brazil and Congo for this number and this number respectively. Okay, and continue. Brazil have 265 times more irrigated land than Congo. Okay, water consumption per person in Brazil at 359 was significantly higher than that in the Congo. We're going to learn this structure in another lesson. Okay, at only a cubic meter, and this could explain by the factor that Brazil has. Okay, we add this sentence to make our essay sound nicer. Okay, this could be explained by the fact that Brazil had 265 times more irrigated land. So that is the body 2. So this is the entire essay. Once again, you should write them down and try to read it over and over again so that you understand what I just did. Okay, so see you again in another lesson. You have a good day. Bye bye.